Welcome back to the Moonchild Podcast. I am your host, Elijah KB, and today we're going to be talking about the topic of the truth about your spiritual journey slash awakening. With mainstream media and shit like that, people have a lot of misconceptions about what a spiritual journey actually is, what it consists of mainly. That's really what the misconception is about. Mainstream media has really made it seem as if the spiritual journey is some sort of like easy, like really easy path to take. You know what I mean? Like once you become spiritually aware, spiritually enlightened, or whatever you want to call it, you just, you're just floating on a cloud all goddamn day. In the beginning, it can be a real shit show. Alright? Things are falling apart. Your old paradigm is falling apart. You're losing friends, you're losing family members. You don't feel at home in places you used to feel at home at. You understand? You don't believe the same things. You can't enjoy the same foods. You can't enjoy the same company. You can't enjoy the same entertainment. You understand? This is the beginning of that shit. This is how it really feels. This is the type of things that the spiritual journey really consists of in the beginning. You're having dark nights of the soul. You understand? You're having hard conversations with yourself. You're having to do a lot of shadow work, and repairing, the fucked up shit that your parents caused, and you know what I mean, like your childhood brought you, and things like that. So, yeah, I mean, there's beautiful things within it. There's beautiful things within it, but you have to embrace that part of the process as well in order to get to those things. You understand? It's not going to be just some sort of like vacation from reality. Like reality actually gets even more harsh when you see the real reality. You understand? The veil has been lifted and you're able to see all the shit that's really going on. Like the shit that's really taking place, and that can be heartbreaking. You know what I mean? There's certain things that you're gonna find out that will really fuck you up. Like psychologically can fuck you up. Temporarily, you understand? But understand that this path can be a challenge. It's to be embraced for sure. And you will never live a more fulfilling life than being spiritually awakened. But at the same time, you have to embrace these parts in the beginning and not let them discourage you. This is my gripe with how they put it out there and make it seem like, it's all just peachy, because people go into it thinking it's easy, and the spiritual journey is just gonna be some sort of like easy pass, or the path is gonna be a breeze, when really you're making these people think that one way. And so when they meet these challenges in the beginning, they're thinking that something is wrong, and they're thinking they have to run back to their religions, or that the spiritual journey is some sort of, it's dangerous, or it's not the right thing to do, and they just want to give up, and they just want to go back to what they're comfortable with, because they were never warned about what the fuck this actually consists of. You understand? So that's my problem with it. Now, of course, this shouldn't discourage you from having a spiritual awakening, or continuing your spiritual journey, because at the end of it all, it's worth it. You understand? I can guarantee you it's worth it. But just know that there will be challenges, because with books and movies like The Secret, it's a lot of good information in it. But if you are watching this if you're watching that movie as a person who's never understood anything about like the law of attraction, and things like that. It can it can it can be. I won't say that it is a misleading movie, but it can be a misleading movie. Actually, by default, it is. The reason why is because they're leaving out a lot of important information to let you know about the process of a manifestation, or they're leaving out the part where you have to, wait. You know what I mean? Matching the frequency, just certain things like that that they really should have honed in more on. But it was more so like it's like the candy of spirituality, like the law of attraction. Like everybody wants to like make their dreams come true, and so how do I manifest? How do I manifest? How do I manifest? And then how do I manifest money? How do I manifest? You know, uh, the love of my life, my dream career, all this shit, right? So they highlighted um they highlighted the parts where you would get the most excited. Yes, that is a big factor, or a big part of the spiritual journey, because we're having a human experience, right? So we came here to have a human experience. We came here to experience life, and be one with our desires and the things that are on our hearts, our passions, our goals, our dreams, all that shit, right? So yes, it is important, but when you look at mainstream spirituality, they'll do confusing things like that, like hone in only on you know only on the easy parts. See, but the problem is when you start a spiritual journey of your own, and when you become spiritually awakened, and you're going about your journey, and you hear about all this easy shit, but then when your shit starts to get hard, you're confused. You're like, wait, they didn't tell me about this shit. Like nobody told me I would have to go through a dark night of the soul. Nobody told me I would have to shed the old me in order to get the new me. Nobody told me I had to become a vibrational match to what I would want in life, and that requires me rewiring my whole program. Nobody told me that during the process of getting something that I want, sometimes it requires me going through things that I would consider bad to get to the things that I would consider good. Nobody told me these things. Nobody told me I would have to pretty much give up the concept of good and bad and understand that, whatever I choose to do or go for in life has a process attached to it with both quote unquote good and bad in it. So it just makes more sense to trust it as one big process, right? Nobody tells you these things. So I'm telling you, basically, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged from your spiritual path, your spiritual journey, because you didn't know these things or you weren't informed. It's very much possible, but most of all, it's worth it. It's worth going through your spiritual journey. This is how you live your life in the most fulfilling way. This is how you get to your highest potential in life. It's by going through your spiritual journey. You know what I mean? Understand that it comes with certain things. It comes with losing friends. It comes with losing, all type of people, places, and things that you were once used to, and you become accustomed to, because as your program changes, the things that your new program matches, will change. You understand? You are no longer the same person, so you can't hang out with the same people. You can't do the same things. If those people don't want to grow with you, you have to leave them behind. If those people do not want to grow alongside with you, you have to leave them behind. This is just what it is. And if you don't, you will quickly find yourself in a very stagnant energy. A very stagnant energy to where you feel stuck. Now, the people around you, that are still on that same level that you just left, they don't feel stuck. They're not suffering. Those people are at home because they're still a vibrational match to that level of consciousness. You understand? But your awareness has heightened, so you will suffer staying in that same spot, right? So embrace it. I say all this to say, embrace the journey in its entirety. You're aware of a lot more. So now, things are not hiding from you anymore. You see it all. You see through the veil. And there's a lot more people who are the same than different. And when you when you become spiritually awakened and you break out of the old programs that pretty much the masses are running on, you'll find it pretty challenging to have conversations with people, to feel like you fit in, to feel included in society in general. It's going to be a lot of things that you despise because you see the truth within, the truth behind what they're doing. You understand? You're going to see the truth behind the falsehood that they've sold to us. That we adopted all these years, right? Whether it's medicine, school, religion, just anything that's within the matrix that has a strong hold on society in general, or makes up society standards or rules. You understand? So it's a challenge. It is a challenge. You damn right it's a challenge. You damn right it's not the easiest thing in the world. You damn right it's not always going to be you closing your eyes and hoping real hard that you get something and you wake up and then it's like a check in the mail or some shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to always be peachy. It's not going to always be the easiest shit to go through, right? But as I said before, it's worth it. So embrace your spiritual journey / awakening in its entirety. You understand? The challenges are good for you because they're evolving you to be a vibrational match to the things that are waiting for you on your next level of evolution. You understand? So it's all for you. The lessons that you learn throughout these trials and tribulations are things that you need to learn, and it's building the characteristics that you need to embody for where you're going. Everything is happening for you. Everything is for a reason. You understand? So embrace it all. Embrace the quote unquote good and the quote unquote bad. You understand? Embrace the whole process. That's all I got for y'all tonight. This has been the Moonchild Podcast with the Moonchild, his motherfucking self, Elijah KB. Thank y'all. For those interested in spiritual advice, I now have a page where you can sign up for a one-on-one hour session with myself. The link will be in the description. And for any questions and topics for the podcast, feel free to email.